Listen closely. The September 7th lunar eclipse was not an ending but a cosmic doorway, and you are already walking through its mystical threshold. What most people experienced as the climax was actually the beginning of a profound 14-day spiritual metamorphosis that will fundamentally alter your soul's trajectory. The blood moon's intensity did not dissipate with dawn on September 8th. Instead, it initiated what ancient astrologers called the Eclipse Shadow Phase, a sacred window of accelerated spiritual evolution that extends until the solar eclipse on September 21st. The lunar eclipse on September 7th functioned as a cosmic scalpel, cutting away what no longer served your highest path. But the true magic happens now, in the aftermath, during these mystical 14 days when the veil between dimensions remains gossamer thin. Your zodiac sign is currently being recalibrated by forces that operate beyond ordinary time and space. The eclipse corridor you have entered is not merely an astrological event. It is a spiritual initiation that happens only twice a year, and this particular sequence carries the potent energy of karmic completion and soul-level rebirth. Think of September 7th as the moment a cosmic bell was struck in the center of the universe, with your birth chart as the resonating chamber. The initial strike brought revelation, shock, or sudden clarity. Now you are living within the bell's reverberation, where the real transformation occurs. This echo phase is when your nervous system, your energy field, and your spiritual DNA begin reorganizing themselves around a completely new frequency. The truths that emerged during the eclipse were just the beginning. The integration of those truths into your cellular memory, your daily reality, and your soul's mission is the work of these 14 sacred days. Your zodiac sign is currently navigating what can only be described as a spiritual birth canal. The old version of you, the one who carried certain fears, limitations, or outdated soul contracts, began dissolving on September 7th. What emerges on September 21st will be a more authentic, spiritually aligned version of your cosmic blueprint. This is not metaphorical, it is energetically literal. Your aura is shifting, your chakras are recalibrating, and your connection to divine guidance is being upgraded. The Eclipse Shadow Phase operates on different spiritual laws than ordinary time. Synchronicities multiply exponentially. Dreams carry prophetic messages. Intuitive downloads arrive with startling clarity. People from your soul family may suddenly appear or disappear from your life with perfect timing. What seems like coincidence is actually your higher self orchestrating the perfect conditions for your spiritual awakening. Your zodiac sign's ruling planet is working overtime during this period, sending you cosmic breadcrumbs that lead toward your destined path. During these 14 days, your psychic sensitivity is heightened beyond normal parameters. You may find yourself picking up on others' emotions more intensely, receiving intuitive insights about future events, or experiencing prophetic dreams that later manifest in physical reality. This is not imagination. It is your natural spiritual abilities coming online as the eclipse energy continues to work through your system. Fire signs may experience this as sudden bursts of creative inspiration or prophetic visions. Earth signs might notice an increased ability to manifest their desires or receive guidance through nature. Air signs could find their telepathic abilities enhanced or receive messages through unexpected conversations. Water signs may experience heightened emotional intuition or prophetic dreams that reveal important information about their path forward. The most crucial understanding for your zodiac sign during this eclipse shadow phase is that you are in a cosmic cocoon. Just as a caterpillar must completely dissolve before becoming a butterfly, parts of your old identity, old patterns, and old limitations are dissolving to make space for your spiritual emergence. This process can feel disorienting, like you are between worlds, which is exactly what is happening energetically. You exist simultaneously in the ending of one karmic cycle and the beginning of another. Before we continue exploring how this mystical journey unfolds for your specific astrological makeup, I want to hear about your personal experience with this cosmic shift. Leave a comment below sharing your zodiac sign and tell me what you have been feeling since September 7th. Have you noticed any unusual dreams, synchronicities, or sudden insights? What old patterns or situations feel like they are dissolving in your life right now? Your experience is unique to your astrological blueprint, and I read every comment because your story helps illuminate how these cosmic forces are working through different signs. The Eclipse Shadow Phase reveals itself most powerfully through what astrologers call the three mirrors of transformation. Your physical body becomes the first mirror, reflecting the energetic shifts happening in your auric field. If you experience tension, insomnia, or physical discomfort before September 7th, you may now notice a profound sense of lightness, as if a weight has been lifted from your shoulders. Your sleep may become unusually deep and restorative, filled with vivid dreams that feel more real than waking life. Your breathing may feel easier, your posture more naturally aligned, your energy more stable and grounded. This physical transformation is your body's way of confirming that a genuine spiritual upgrade has occurred. Your nervous system is no longer spending energy maintaining old patterns or suppressing authentic parts of yourself. The life force that was previously locked in internal conflicts is now available for creative expression, spiritual growth, and manifesting your soul's true desires. Your zodiac sign's element, whether fire, earth, air, or water, is finding new expression through your physical form as your body becomes a clearer channel for cosmic energy. The second mirror is your emotional landscape, which undergoes a profound clarification during the Eclipse Shadow Phase. Where there was once confusion about relationships, career direction, or life purpose, a serene knowing emerges. This is not the loud clarity of mental analysis, but the quiet certainty of soul recognition. You may find yourself looking at situations that seemed impossibly complex just weeks ago and seeing them with startling simplicity. The emotional charge around old wounds or disappointments may simply evaporate, leaving behind a peaceful acceptance that feels almost miraculous. Your zodiac sign's emotional patterns are being rewired at the deepest level. If you are a fire sign, your passionate nature may find new, more sustainable expression. Earth signs may discover emotional depths they never knew existed. Air signs might experience a new integration between thinking and feeling. Water signs could find their emotional sensitivity becoming a source of strength rather than overwhelm. This emotional recalibration is not temporary. It represents a permanent upgrade in how you process and express your feelings. The third mirror is your external circumstances, which begin reorganizing themselves to match your new internal frequency. Conversations that have been circular or stuck suddenly reach natural conclusions. Projects that were blocked find unexpected solutions. People who were draining your energy may naturally fade from your daily experience, while new connections aligned with your emerging path begin appearing. Your zodiac sign's natural magnetism is being recalibrated to attract experiences, opportunities, and relationships that support your spiritual evolution rather than distract from it. This external reorganization happens with an ease that can feel almost supernatural. Where there was once friction and struggle, flow and synchronicity take their place. Your daily life begins reflecting the harmony you have achieved internally. This is cosmic law in action, the principle that states your external reality must eventually mirror your internal state. As you embody the changes initiated by the eclipse, the universe responds by reshaping your circumstances to support your new level of consciousness. The Eclipse Shadow Phase creates what ancient mystics called the sacred void, a space between what was and what will be. This void is perhaps the most challenging aspect of the entire journey, because it requires you to become comfortable with not knowing, with existing in the space between stories. Your old identity has been partially dissolved, but your new identity has not yet fully crystallized. This liminal space can trigger deep fears about security, purpose, and belonging. Your zodiac sign will experience this void differently. Fire signs may feel restless or impatient, wanting to rush into new action to avoid the discomfort of uncertainty. Earth signs might experience anxiety about practical matters or feel unmoored without their usual sense of stability. Air signs could feel mentally scattered or struggle with the lack of clear information about the future. Water signs may feel emotionally vulnerable or overwhelmed by the depth of change occurring beneath the surface. The key to navigating the sacred void is understanding that it is not empty space, but rather a cosmic womb where your new life is gestating. Every moment of uncertainty, every pang of loneliness, every question about your direction is actually the labor pains of your spiritual rebirth. The void is not something to be filled quickly with distractions or premature decisions. It is something to be honored, protected, and trusted as the necessary condition for authentic transformation. During these 14 days, your relationship with the unknown becomes a spiritual practice. Instead of fearing the silence where old chaos used to be, you learn to listen for the subtle whispers of your soul's guidance. Instead of rushing to replace what was removed, you develop patience with the organic timing of cosmic unfoldment. This is advanced spiritual work that most people avoid, which is why most people never experience genuine transformation. Your zodiac sign's ruling planet is working as your cosmic midwife during this process, sending you signs and signals about what wants to emerge. Mars-ruled signs may receive guidance through sudden impulses or physical sensations. Venus-ruled signs might find direction through beauty, art, or matters of the heart. Mercury-ruled signs could receive messages through conversations, books, or written communication. Jupiter-ruled signs may find wisdom through philosophical insights or spiritual teachings. Saturn-ruled signs might discover their path through structured practices or life lessons. Uranus-ruled signs could experience breakthrough moments or revolutionary insights. Neptune-ruled signs may receive guidance through dreams, meditation, or intuitive flashes. Pluto-ruled signs might find direction through deep psychological work or transformative experiences. The Eclipse Shadow Phase operates on the principle of cosmic timing, which follows rhythms far more sophisticated than human planning. What your logical mind interprets as delay or stagnation, cosmic intelligence recognizes as perfect gestation. Seeds planted in winter do not sprout immediately. They use the dark months to develop root systems strong enough to support future growth. Your current experience of not knowing, of being between chapters, is the spiritual equivalent of winter gestation. This is why the most important practice during these 14 days is what mystics call conscious waiting. This is not passive resignation, but active presence. You remain alert to signs and signals while avoiding the trap of forcing outcomes. You stay open to unexpected opportunities while resisting the urge to grasp at anything that promises quick relief from uncertainty. You maintain faith in the process while taking practical steps to support your well-being. Conscious waiting means paying exquisite attention to the subtle realm where your future is taking shape. Like a master gardener who knows that the most important growth happens beneath the surface before anything becomes visible above ground. This is not passive waiting, but rather an active state of refined awareness where you become a detective of your own spiritual evolution. Notice which topics keep appearing in your awareness with mysterious persistence. Perhaps you find yourself drawn to certain books, conversations, or online content that seems to find you rather than the other way around. These recurring themes are not coincidental. They are breadcrumbs left by your higher self, guiding you toward the knowledge and understanding you will need for your next phase of growth. Observe which activities bring you genuine joy versus mere distraction, and learn to distinguish between the two with surgical precision. Genuine joy feels expansive, energizing, and somehow familiar, as if you are remembering something your soul has always known. It connects you to a sense of purpose and aliveness that seems to come from an infinite source within you. Distraction, on the other hand, may feel temporarily satisfying, but ultimately leaves you feeling empty, scattered, or somehow diminished. During the Eclipse Shadow Phase, your sensitivity to these differences becomes heightened, making it easier to recognize what truly nourishes your spirit versus what merely occupies your time. Pay attention to which people energize you and which ones drain you, but go deeper than surface-level compatibility. Notice how different individuals affect your energy field, your creativity, your sense of possibility, and your connection to your own inner wisdom. Some people may be perfectly pleasant, yet somehow leave you feeling depleted or confused about your own path. Others may challenge you in ways that feel uncomfortable, but ultimately expand your capacity for growth and authentic self-expression. The Eclipse Shadow Phase often brings clarity about which relationships are aligned with your emerging self and which ones belong to the version of you that is dissolving. Track the themes that emerge in your dreams with the dedication of a scholar studying ancient texts, because your dream life during this period becomes a direct communication channel with your unconscious wisdom. Dreams may become more vivid, symbolic, or prophetic, offering guidance about decisions you haven't even consciously recognized you need to make. Keep a dream journal and notice recurring symbols, emotions, or scenarios that seem to be preparing you for something just beyond your current understanding. Your sleeping mind is often processing the transformation more quickly than your waking consciousness, making dreams a valuable source of insight about where you are heading. These seemingly small observations are actually cosmic intelligence communicating through your daily experience, using the language of synchronicity, intuition, and energetic resonance to guide you toward your highest potential. The universe speaks to you constantly through these subtle channels, but the Eclipse Shadow Phase amplifies the signal, making it easier to receive and interpret the messages that are always available to those who know how to listen. Your zodiac sign has specific gifts that become more accessible during the Eclipse Shadow Phase, like talents that have been locked away in a cosmic vault, waiting for the perfect astrological moment to be released. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, may discover new levels of creative inspiration or leadership ability that seem to emerge from a source of confidence and vision they never knew they possessed. You might find yourself naturally taking charge in situations where you previously would have deferred to others, or experiencing creative breakthroughs that feel like divine downloads rather than personal achievements. Your natural enthusiasm and pioneering spirit become amplified, allowing you to inspire others and initiate projects that seemed impossible just weeks before. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, might develop enhanced manifestation skills or deeper connection to natural wisdom, as if the practical magic you have always possessed is suddenly operating at a much higher frequency. You may discover an almost supernatural ability to bring ideas into physical form, or find that your connection to the natural world provides profound guidance about timing, resources, and sustainable growth. Your inherent understanding of how to work with material reality becomes a spiritual gift, allowing you to serve as a bridge between the ethereal and the practical for others who are struggling to ground their visions. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, could find their communication abilities or intellectual insights dramatically expanded, as if your mental faculties are being upgraded to receive and transmit information on entirely new frequencies. You might discover an ability to articulate complex spiritual concepts with startling clarity, or find that your natural gift for seeing patterns and connections extends into realms you never explored before. Your capacity for innovative thinking and social awareness may become tools for collective healing and awakening, allowing you to serve as a translator between different worlds of understanding. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, may experience heightened intuitive abilities or emotional healing gifts that seem to emerge from the depths of your being like underground springs suddenly reaching the surface. Your natural psychic sensitivity may become more pronounced and reliable, allowing you to offer profound support to others who are navigating their own transformations. Your ability to feel into the emotional and spiritual currents that others cannot perceive becomes a form of service, helping to heal not just individual wounds, but collective trauma that has been carried for generations. These emerging talents are not random gifts from a benevolent universe. They are part of your soul's evolutionary agenda, becoming accessible as old limitations dissolve like morning mist in the rising sun. Every zodiac sign is being prepared to step into a more authentic and powerful expression of their core nature. But this requires releasing the fears, doubts, and conditioning that have kept these gifts locked away. The Eclipse Shadow Phase creates the perfect energetic conditions for this unlocking to occur naturally and organically. The solar eclipse on September 21st will function as the cosmic birth moment, when the new version of yourself that has been gestating in the sacred void finally emerges into full expression, like a butterfly emerging from its cocoon with perfect timing that cannot be rushed or delayed. This emergence will not be dramatic or external in the way that movies might portray spiritual awakening, with lightning bolts and mystical visions. Instead, it will be a quiet internal shift where you suddenly know who you are and what you are here to do with unprecedented clarity, as if someone has finally turned on the lights in a room where you have been feeling around in the darkness. The confusion and uncertainty of the Eclipse Shadow Phase will resolve into focused intention and clear direction, like a puzzle that suddenly reveals its complete picture when the final piece is put into place. Questions that have tormented you for months or even years may find their answers not through external seeking, but through an internal knowing that arises spontaneously and feels absolutely certain. The anxiety about your future may transform into excitement about possibilities you can now see clearly. The sense of being lost may give way to a feeling of being exactly where you need to be, with a clear sense of the next steps to take. Your zodiac sign's relationship to this solar eclipse will determine the specific area of life where your rebirth expresses most powerfully, like a key that unlocks a particular door in the mansion of your existence. The house where the eclipse falls in your birth chart indicates where you can expect the most significant new beginning, creating ripple effects that will influence every other area of your life. Whether it affects your identity, resources, communication, home, creativity, health, relationships, transformation, philosophy, career, friendships, or spirituality, the solar eclipse will plant seeds that grow into the defining themes of your next life chapter. If the eclipse activates your house of identity, you may experience a fundamental shift in how you see yourself and how you present to the world. If it touches your resources, new forms of abundance or different relationships with material security may emerge. Communication house activation might bring opportunities to share your voice in ways that feel both natural and impactful. Home and family themes could involve literal relocation or deeper emotional healing around your roots and foundation. Creative house activation often brings artistic breakthroughs or new ways of expressing your unique gifts to the world. The Eclipse Shadow Phase is ultimately about learning to trust the intelligence of your own spiritual evolution, recognizing that you are not a victim of random cosmic forces, but rather a conscious participant in a carefully orchestrated process of awakening. Your soul chose to incarnate during this particular cosmic moment because it was ready for this level of transformation, like an actor who auditions for a challenging role only when they know they have developed the skills necessary to perform it successfully. The challenges you face during these 14 days are not obstacles, but initiations, designed to strengthen your capacity to hold higher frequencies of consciousness without being overwhelmed or destabilized by the intensity of the energy. Every moment of uncertainty is teaching you to rely on internal guidance rather than external validation, building the spiritual muscles you will need to navigate the accelerated timeline of awakening that characterizes this era of human evolution. Every experience of the void is expanding your ability to create from pure potential rather than recycling old patterns, like an artist who learns to paint on a blank canvas rather than constantly painting over old pictures that no longer represent their vision. This process requires a fundamental shift in how you relate to the unknown, transforming fear of uncertainty into curiosity about possibility. Instead of needing to know exactly how everything will unfold, you learn to trust that each step will reveal the next step, and that your inner guidance system is far more sophisticated and reliable than any external authority or predetermined plan. As you move through these mystical 14 days, remember that you are not alone in this process, even when the internal work feels deeply solitary and personal. Every person on Earth is being affected by the eclipse energy, though most remain unconscious of the deeper spiritual significance, like swimmers who feel the pull of an underwater current without understanding the larger patterns of the ocean. By choosing to work consciously with these forces, you become part of a global awakening that is lifting the entire planet to a higher octave of consciousness, contributing to a collective transformation that extends far beyond your individual experience. Your personal transformation contributes to the collective evolution of human spiritual awareness in ways that may not be immediately visible, but are nonetheless profound and far-reaching. Every fear you release, every limiting belief you transcend, every moment of authentic self-expression you embody creates ripples in the collective consciousness that make it easier for others to access their own transformation. You become a living example of what is possible when someone chooses to align with cosmic timing rather than resist it. The Eclipse Shadow Phase asks you to become a spiritual adult, someone who can navigate uncertainty with grace, who can hold space for transformation without trying to control its timing, and who can trust the wisdom of their own soul's journey even when the path is not clear to the rational mind. This is the initiation that separates those who remain stuck in old patterns from those who step into their full cosmic potential, like a graduation ceremony that marks the transition from one level of consciousness to another. Spiritual adulthood means taking full responsibility for your own energy, your own growth, and your own contribution to the collective without waiting for permission or approval from external authorities. It means recognizing that you have everything you need within you to navigate whatever challenges arise, and that these challenges are actually opportunities for expansion rather than evidence that something is wrong. Your zodiac sign is being prepared for a level of authentic expression that may have seemed impossible just months ago, like a musician who suddenly discovers they can play pieces that once seemed far beyond their skill level. Old fears that once felt overwhelming may lose their power entirely, dissolving like shadows when light is shone upon them. Creative abilities you never knew you possessed may suddenly emerge with surprising strength and clarity, as if they have been developing in secret and are now ready to be shared with the world. Relationships that support your highest good may manifest with surprising ease, appearing in your life through synchronicities and connections that feel both magical and perfectly natural. These relationships will feel different from past connections because they will be based on your authentic self rather than the persona you created to gain approval or avoid rejection. Work that aligns with your soul's purpose may present itself through unexpected channels, often in ways that combine your natural talents with opportunities to serve something larger than yourself. This is not wishful thinking or spiritual fantasy. It is the natural result of aligning with cosmic timing and allowing the Eclipse Shadow Phase to complete its transformative work without interference from fear, doubt, or impatience. When you surrender to the process while remaining actively engaged with your own growth, you create the perfect conditions for miracles to unfold as natural expressions of your aligned state, rather than violations of natural law. The journey through these 14 mystical days requires patience, presence, and profound trust in the intelligence of your own spiritual evolution. What dissolves during this period was never truly yours to begin with. What emerges belongs to your authentic nature and will serve not only your own growth but the healing of the world. By September 21st, you will understand that the Eclipse Shadow Phase was not something that happened to you, but something you consciously participated in as a co-creator with cosmic intelligence itself.